So let's talk about another subject. Another point we're going to be talking about is how to apportion your advertising dollars. And we're going to get more into that in depth and in detail. These Facebook advertising and that kind of thing, it's not just as simple as you may think. It's pretty intricate. In fact, you should have the book, Facebook Ads Authority, that I wrote, and that'll give you 101, Facebook 101. But I will just tell you some things right now that you need to do is start small in your advertising and see how it pulls. Now, we do what's called A/B testing. And what that means is split testing. We get similar ads and we run them side by side, but we take a variable and change it from one ad to the other. So it may be this ad has a video, this ad doesn't have a video. This ad's targeting one demographic, this one's targeting another demographic. This ad has verbiage in it, text in it that's different a little bit from this ad's text. So we're in constant test mode. When we find the one that pulls better, we pull that one up, we drop the other one, then we put another one in here and see how these two compare. So we're constantly doing that. That's an ongoing process. We're not letting the grass grow under our feet. We're doing this. So your best bet is to start out small. Start out with $50. Start out with $100, maybe $200, and see whatever's comfortable for you. See what kind of responses you're getting. And then when they start pulling and we get to that 2X level, in other words, you put, let's say you put $500 in and you make 1,000 back. Then the next time using that same ad, you probably want to put $1,000 in and make 2,000 back if it draws pretty much the same. And so different images draw differently, everything, there's colors draw differently. I mean, it's just, so we know that. And so what we do when we double our ROAS, there is a good marketing term for you, our ROAS stands for return on ad spend, return on ad spend. You might want to write that down. When we double that, that gives us a green light to move forward. And now we're going to scale up and do something better. So if you put $1,000, you make, let's say you make 2,000, and let's put in 2,000 and make 4,000 to 5,000. Then let's put in 5,000 and make 10,000 to 15,000. And see, that's smart business. That's how businesses run. You can do that with any product. We're not selling our products that way that are in our network marketing company. We're selling the bombshell, the methodology of doing this here. It's marketing. I'm a marketer. I sell marketing. And so if you look at yourself that way, your ROAS is what you want to pay attention to. That's really the big work in our business, is paying attention to that. And so the funnel is set up, it's running, it is immaculate, it is powerful, and you don't have to set up your own funnel. You don't have to spend the money I've spent. You don't have to spend I don't know how many hours. I should have written this down from the beginning, but it's a lot. It's hundreds of hours putting this together, and I've loved it. I've enjoyed it, but I don't think many other people are going to do what I've done here, what Mark has done. And so, hey, if you want to do it, I'll give you the instructions and the starting point on how to do it, and you can learn how to do it, and I'll help you with that. And but the best bet is to not do your own funnel right now. Piggyback off of the TSS funnel for the time being. The more you understand it, the more likely you'll be successful at setting up your own funnel in the future, and that'd be great. That'd be great. I'll tell you, it's like I said before, you can sell anything with a funnel. You could set up a advertising agency if you wanted to with a funnel. That's a lot of work. I suggest you build a network marketing company, residual cash flow, right? And then let's add another word to it, growing residual cash flow, growing residual cash flash co, cash flow. And that's an incredible concept. So that's what I focus on. I focus on building that network marketing team. In the process, you make a lot of money just getting that out there. You're paid to prospect now. That's amazing, man. So new subject. Your brand. Now, what could we do better? Well, we can do a lot of things better and more. So, like I told you before, that I have some things that I can teach people. Almost every one of those people that I teach can teach me things about subjects that I don't know much about. And I am anxious to find out about that. My favorite TV show is Jeopardy. I love watching that show because I know nothing about, man, I would bomb out on that show big time. I mean, if I get one right every 2 or 3 minutes, I'm like, woo, boy, I'm so smart. Those guys that come in there and make $30,000-$40,000 a game and more, they know everything, man. I don't know. Whew, how did you get that? But anyway, the point is, you can hone in on what makes what you know, what you love, what you're passionate about, what you have experience with. That's your expertise, and you can take that expertise and bottle that and get that out. And when I say that, I'm talking about branding yourself as an expert in that particular arena, that particular subject matter. And the more you go deep in that and have a niche within a niche within a niche, the better. And so we take that knowledge and we package that. I said bottle before, you know what I'm talking about. You package it in the form of a book, in the form of podcasts, in the form of blogging, in the form of reports, just whatever you want to do. But you get that at websites, you get that out there, and all of a sudden people recognize you as the person that knows how to bowl a perfect strike. You're the person who knows how to market this particular type of goat and the tendencies of that particular species. It could be anything. We got people coming in. One gal, she loves to cook, and she's doing her recipes. She's already put together 52 recipes, one for each week, and she's so excited because this has been deep inside her for so long, and nobody ever told her that, hey, you could be an expert at that, and you can market your materials, and then bring people in to the funnel in addition to buying your information. And you're going to find only people that think like you think and that kind of thing, but you're also going to introduce them to the funnel, and they get my free book. And they get my free book, then they get an offer that's $37 that's worth $500 plus, easy. And they see the value of what we're doing here, and they start to get these concepts, and they read my 10 secrets to network marketing for network marketing success. They read the Bombshell. They read Facebook Ads Authority. They tune in, hone in on this particular video right here, and all of the stuff that we're producing on a regular basis. We're putting stuff out there just constantly, and you can do the same thing if you want to. You don't have to. You can simply advertise and piggyback on the TSS and let that go to work for you building your team. It's all good. It's all positive. So the exposure that you create on the internet, the more you're going to create or attract like-minded people. The more people you attract, the more we'll see your offers, the more we'll decide to join you. You may not think of yourself as an expert right now, but I guarantee you, you know more about 1 or 2 or 3 subjects than I do. I'll guarantee you do. And you know more than the vast majority of people do. So let's harness that and add value to people's lives in that subject area. You don't want to stay holed up in your house watching TV, doing nothing, and not be recognized. Man, let your glory shine, baby. Recognition's a good thing. Getting that little award today, I've run that in the ground already, but I like that. That's pretty cool, man. So your expertise is going to enlighten those of us that don't have experience in that particular field. And let's talk about it, and let's find out what it is. So that book that will sort of draw this out of you is called Expert Secrets. It's by Russell Brunson. Russell's one of my top mentors. He's mentored to tens of thousands of people. He's a heck of a lot younger than I am. He's a heck of a lot smarter than I am. And I think his book is around $7, shipping and handling, and you get it it takes about 2 weeks to get to you. But there's the link right there. If you can see that link right there, and if I can make that live in the video, which I will, and the book is a PDF electronic book, so the links are live in that. I would strongly encourage you to get that book and let that information congeal inside of you, and let it form inside of you. And let's see where this takes you. I think you've got genius inside of you that you don't even know you've got. You may not have thought about that. So this book is called, and this subject right here is called Thinking Outside the Box. So is it wrong to think for yourself? No. Many people are afraid of what other people think about them. And so they stay sort of, closed in. They don't open up. I want you to open up. I want you to share your talent. When my generation heard the mantra of go to college, get a job all our lives, that's what most of us did. That is exactly what most of us did. But some of us had the audacity to think for ourselves and think that there are other avenues in life, better ways to live our lives than just doing what everybody else does. Don't be a sheep. Don't be an MP. MPs, most people do this, most people do that. Heck with that. Do what you want to do. Follow your heart. Follow your drum beat. And follow, you have got that inside. Your potential is much more than you think it is. And I'm going to encourage you every time I'm around you. I'm going to encourage you. I really am. Everything you see from me is going to be encouragement. And I'm not, I'm not just blowing smoke, guys. This is how I live my life right here. But I want you to think outside the box. I've been labeled all kind of things, and some people are afraid of being labeled. I've been labeled unconventional. I've been labeled opportunist. That one came to mind. Somebody was really trying to get me, and they said, "You're an opportunist." And I thought about that. And I went, "Yeah, yeah, I am an opportunist. I think that's good. When I see opportunity, I recognize it, and a lot of times I'll jump on it." And I've also been called just downright stupid, and that's fine too. We disagree. That's great. Call me. Let's talk, and I'll respect you, what your opinion is. But I don't want to talk to a lot of people. I'll talk to people in groups much more so than I do one-on-one. I charge for one-on-one, and so you got a political difference or faith difference or that kind of thing. Maybe we can talk about it. We'll see. But I know one label that I am, and that is I am psychologically unemployable and maybe an opportunist all at the same time. And I'm not kidding. I am not. I would make a terrible employee. I just know that God has given us the ability to do things, to think for ourselves, to self-direct our futures, to make good decisions, to fail. That's okay. It's okay to fail. And I've failed a ton of times, man. Somebody was knocking Trump because he had some bankruptcies. Well, I've had a bankruptcy. And I'll tell you, any entrepreneur worth his salt has had failures in the past. I think the average entrepreneur has 3.2 bankruptcies in their life. And those are protections for those of us that are willing to risk our time, our contacts, our funds, our capital. And it doesn't always work out. But I know one thing. When I first saw network marketing, the guy that introduced me to network marketing, he was gone in a week. I mean, he introduced me, he got me to that meeting, and he was out of there. he wasn't. I was like, wow, how did that happen? So I never did anything with that company. But later, I saw another network marketing company. And the guy at the front of the room, it probably was a chalkboard back then. It was so long ago, 82, I want to say 83. And wasn't even whiteboards much back then. And he gave this great presentation. And he was the first one to show me that geometric progression 5 by 5 by 5. And man, I was fascinated. And so I joined that company. And that guy was gone within about a month. And then the company failed. And so here I am going, whoa, what's going on here? But you know what? I love the concept. The concept made sense to me, man. just talking to people and helping them understand the opportunity that's here to create residual cash flow. So we thought outside the box. And I'll just tell you right now, this is not in that box. Those 4 quadrants, this thing is so different. It's the 5th quadrant. It's unusually good. It's not like those other things that other people do. It's not like being self-employed. It's not like having a job. It's not like being a regular business owner. It's different. So, you know, we're not 4th graders. We can figure this out. We got sensibility. We may not know all the questions on Jeopardy. I guarantee you I don't. I mean, it causes me to think, and I've learned a lot on it, but I know I don't know stuff. You know, the craziest person in the world is the one that thinks they know what they don't know. They don't know what they don't know. I'm getting gibberish here, but anyway, I will say this: the entrepreneurial life is, I wouldn't say it's easy at all, and it's not for everybody. And so that's fine, but man, is it a blast. I've had the most fun, and the sense of accomplishment, the self-fulfillment that comes because of this, that's what it's all about. The intangible qualities that we have to develop: resolve, I mentioned them before, tenacity, resourcefulness, steadfastness, not needing to please others, thinking on our own, figuring things out. I mean, the technical aspect of this funnel has been crazy. And just getting videos out like we're doing right here, a lot of work goes in that. You don't just turn on a machine and bam, you've got a video. You got to figure out a lot of technical things. Which computer works? Which app works? Which service works? What kind of camera works? What kind of audio works? And all these kind of things. And so you're learning as you're going, and it's very gratifying to be able to not throw my hands up and say, I quit, but saying, I'm going to figure that out. I'll tell you, a hard one to figure out is YouTube. YouTube is not easy, and you may have figured it out. God bless you. That's all I can say, because it has been a bear for me, but it is a powerful tool in marketing. YouTube is a powerful tool in marketing. So what I'm saying to you is there's a few benefits of striking out on your own, and they're big, they're huge, they're life-changing. You forge a new path. You don't follow everybody else like the sheep I was talking about before. You're leading others to big wins. You're helping other people win, not just yourself, but other people. And I want you to truly win. And I'm here to help. I'm here to lead. I'm here to give you some guidance and some direction on where to go. So I'm not going to do it for you, but this concept of bombshell marketing is opening up a door for you that, frankly, you may never see again. I don't know. You might. Something might come your way. I think the average, I've heard this before, and I don't know who does research on this kind of thing, but the average person sees 2 great opportunities in their lifetime. And I'm telling you, this is one of them right here. It happened in my older years. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. I'm so fired up to be, I'm 65, to be the age I'm at right now and see this kind of opportunity right here. And most of the just handful of people that are doing it are like half my age or less. And I'm learning all kinds of things from them, and I am ecstatic. I love it. I love it. So this thing is huge. It's unlimited. But as you know, in business, the time to act is a small window. Timing is everything. You've heard that over and over again. It's absolutely truth. That is the truth. Timing is everything. I don't know how this is going to roll out. I don't know how many people are going to accept it and jump on it. But we're the first. We're some of the very first people to do it. And so you're probably not going to be able to say that in later years at all. I mean, it might still be great later years from now, but right now it is truly great. And so a lot of people are not able to make a firm decision to strike while the iron is hot. And that's another intangible quality, to be able to look at something and say, oh man, I don't know, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to jump on it. And it allows, if you have that ability, it allows a few to win huge rewards while others can't ever seem to even get started. They can't get ahead. And so the ability to choose and make that decision is a big deal. And I want you to join us. I want you to come along for the ride. I really do. Just because somebody can't make a combination of an intellectual and a gut decision, that could be opportunity loss that could cost millions. And so this is the fifth quadrant. It's it's so out of the box that it's not even part of the box. So this is your time. It's my time. I've waited for 38 years sticking this business out. Those guys that quit that I talked about and the companies that folded, I never quit. I kept going. I through thick and thin. We had some thin times getting here. But with Bombshell, I'm so glad I didn't give up, because I'm still pinching myself to figure out, am I dreaming or what? Because this is that great. So the fifth quadrant doesn't belong in the cash flow quadrant that we showed before. That thing's been used a lot. It's very educational. I appreciate the guys that have put this together, Kiyosaki for sure. Bombshell is an entity unto itself, and it's rewriting what's possible in home business. Virtually all the problems of the other quadrants are eliminated, and the problems of old school network marketing eliminated. They're gone. I'll give you an example. You had to have somewhat of a personality, good personality, positive personality, attractive personality in old school marketing, because it was so much one-on-one stuff. Here, you don't have to do this. You don't even talk to people. A lot of people will onboard and come on board your MLM you wouldn't even have talked to. You had not even talked to them. Now, one thing that happens, and I had mentioned this, and this is an important aspect of this whole thing, before a person onboards and comes on board, finds out, first of all, what your opportunity is, the company and the products and that kind of thing, we ask that they've got to fill out a questionnaire. If they don't fill out the questionnaire, they don't come on board. No can do. And so questionnaire says, how much experience do you have with MLM? How big is your biggest group you've had in the past? When was that? What company was that? Are you building now? Do you have a company now? And how many people are on your team right now? And some of those questions, you're going to find some people that see this thing that may have 46,000 people on their team, and their company just changed their comp plan, and they're saying, well, that's not acceptable. We're looking for another home. And that person says, Bombshell, are you kidding me? That's the most innovative, creative, powerful thing I've ever seen in my life. Can I come on board your team? And that's the person you want to talk to. You'll definitely talk to that person right there. That's cool. But it takes personality out of the equation. I sort of touched on that just a minute ago. It takes a person that's not quite as talented as some people that build this type of business. You got your superstars and you got your medium warm people and that kind of thing. Well, all that's taken out of it. It's how many people can we advertise to? What's our advertising budget? The person with the biggest advertising budget wins, biggest, builds the biggest team, draws the biggest check. It's as simple as that. So it's a monster development. It opens this up to anybody, regardless of skill level, regardless of past, and that kind of thing. And so my avatar, that's a person I'm looking for, is somebody who does have a team. That's who I'd like to bring on board this thing, because that they hit the ground running. They know what they're doing. They got a team in place, and they're ready to build this thing. And we'll put other people on as well. But at the same time, you want a leader that has the same outlook, the same professionalism and desire for this type of business that I do. And so all these factors, I hope they're adding up to you in your head. And anyway, follow our lead, participate in our Bombshell calls and trainings, and then let the internet advertising do the magic. So my expertise has been in network marketing. I literally wrote the book about techniques and strategies that'll take you miles down the road in old school MLM. I've done them. I've lived them my life doing this kind of thing. And those things will help you in this build. It's good to know these things, because you're going to meet some people one-on-one. You'll meet people casually, happenstance and that kind of thing, or you'll get in a conversation with somebody, and knowing some of these skills right here will be helpful to you. But in the meantime, this Bombshell, those techniques are going to make most of those old school concepts obsolete. I think I obsoleted my own book here with Bombshell, but that's okay. It's good to know all these things, right? So good to know, because there are going to be situations where knowledge of those key concepts will help. Their people skills to an extent, but honestly, they're more a thing of the past when your recruiting is on autopilot. So I like the term, the fifth quadrant. It's the story of my life. I'm admittedly aggressive. If you wanted to put another label on it, I'm aggressive, and I'm always trying to figure out a better way to do things. And I've never seen anything like this. I've never seen anything like Bombshell. It just hadn't been available. It's a contraption built by marketing experts and all coming together and putting their expertise together. This guy's phenomenal at traffic. This guy's phenomenal at ad copy. This guy's phenomenal at putting a website together and connecting the dots and the links and all the different things. Here's a guy that knows the sequence of offers and that kind of thing. And so all of that's good. So if you're in, I want to say end with this, and Max he's going to try to overstep his bounds here. He's 15 years old times, what is it, dog years 7? 7 times 15, he's 105 years old in people skills. So, but let me end on a serious note here. If you're in network marketing and you don't jump on this either through the Struggle Sucks or some other funnel pioneer, I think you're going to really be sorry. And I think you're really going to miss the boat. And so I appeal to you to be bold, to step up, to step out, and learn how to harness this power of residual cash flow that we have in our hands suddenly, all of a sudden. I want you to join us, and I think you're going to be glad you made your move. Thanks for sticking with me this long. I appreciate it. We will talk soon. God bless.